The action is heating up in the Middle East. As we speak, the United States is sending one more aircraft carrier, and we have the Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, on his way back to the Middle East to talk with Israel as it prepares to launch the ground offensive. We've been seeing a lot of fighting in the West Bank as well as on the northern section with the Hezbollahs. Now the third front in the southern part along the Gaza Strip. All this is happening. I just want to kind of give you guys an update that it is not just the United States that is moving its fleet into this area. Chinese are also at it. I'm going to show you two videos, one of the United States fleet and the other one of the Chinese fleet, so you guys can get an up-to-date information about who's doing what. And do go and look at all the links that are supplied in the description section, because that will give you a lot more idea of what is happening. As always, please like the video first and also subscribe to our channel if you have not already done so. So here's what the Defense Secretary Austin said. The U.S. Secretary of Defense has announced an increase in the positioning of U.S. forces in the Mediterranean region in response to recent escalations by Iran. So Iran is also breathing fire, by the way. I didn't tell you that part, but I'm yet to see any Iranian ships move into this region in and around Gaza. But this is the next step. Perhaps China is there. Happens to be a coincidence. I don't know. You guys decide. But I want to show you all the stuff that's happening. Austin also ordered the aircraft carrier USS Eisenhower to the Central Command Area of Operations, that is getting ready for battle. He further stated that he will continue to evaluate the positioning of US forces in the Middle East and consider deploying additional capabilities as necessary. That means he's not saying this is it. This decision follows detailed discussions with Biden and includes the transfer of the Eisenhower aircraft carrier and its battle group to the region, as well as the deployment of THAAD missile interceptor battery and additional Patriot batteries. The source is the Department of Defense. Again, I have given you the links so that you can take a look at it. Secretary of State Blinken said that we expect escalation by Iran. We don't know the status of the 10 American hostages. We believe that some significant number are hostages out of the 10. The US will not hesitate to take military action if the conflict expands. There is a possibility of escalation of conflict in the Middle East due to the actions of Iran's agents. We expect a likelihood of escalation by Iran and its proxies against Israel. We advise any country or group that wants to expand or benefit from the conflict not to do so. We are concerned about the possibility of the spread of diseases in the Gaza Strip due to the use of polluted water. By the way, aid is going in, but in a very limited way. Secretary of State Blinken continues to say, I thank the government of Qatar for playing a very important role in the release of 2 American hostages. We reserve the right to self-defense and will not hesitate to take appropriate action to protect our forces. We open a Pandora's box for other aggressors around the world if Congress does not pass Ukraine aid linked to funding for Israel and border security. Biden is trying to get $100 billion, 60 to Ukraine and 40 to Israel, but there's a problem in the Congress. They don't know who the leader of Congress is. There's a fight going on inside the Republican Party. You have to wait for some time before that settles down. It could even be Kevin McCarthy back. Maybe he'll be stronger this time. By the way, the United Kingdom Prime Minister Rishi Sunak had also met with leaders in Israel, Saudi Arabia and Egypt, and he said Hamas have already proven who they are. They must be defeated. This is a moment when humanity must defeat the scourge of terrorism and break the cycle of tragedy. Now we come to what is China up to. The Chinese Defense Ministry confirms 6 warships in the Middle East. The 44th Naval Escort Task Force, based in the region since May, conducted a joint exercise with the Omani Navy and recently embarked on a goodwill visit to Kuwait, Oman and then Kuwait. The task force is comprised of a guided missile destroyer, a frigate and an integrated supply ship. So all this is happening, and in the meantime, I don't know how many of you followed this, the Canadian government is starting to crack down on the Khalistani elements who are resident in Canada. For example, they ordered the Gurudwara to take down the poster that showed that the 3 Indian embassy officials should be eliminated. That was there in that one Gurudwara in Surrey. That has been taken down. I'm sure more and more posters of Khalistan will be taken down. In fact, it is believed that Justin Trudeau said in the floor of the parliament that some people will go to jail. I hope it's not something like what Prime Minister Modi, when he was running for Prime Minister, said, "Kuch logon ko jail jana padega." Well, 1 or 2 did go in, but we have to wait and see what this means. However, what we have to remember is there is a lot of activity going on, and I'm now going to share with you the 2 videos. First, the United States battle fleet in the area, and then the Chinese. Here we go.
The Pentagon has deployed 2 aircraft carriers to the eastern Mediterranean, the Ford carrier and the Eisenhower carrier, along with their supporting ships. Washington says these massive warships are intended to send a message to the region as war rages on between its ally Israel and Iran-backed Palestinian militants Hamas. Here's a closer look at what that means. The Gerald R. Ford carrier is the U.S.'s newest aircraft carrier and the world's largest. It holds 5,000 sailors, a nuclear reactor, and an arsenal of missiles used to counter drones and aircraft. It can also hold more than 75 military aircraft, including fighter jets, and comes along with several supporting warships. The nuclear-powered Dwight Eisenhower Carrier Strike Group first carried out operations during Iraq's invasion of Kuwait. It has 5,000 sailors and can carry up to 9 squadrons of aircraft, like fighter jets, helicopters, and those capable of carrying out intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance operations. The carriers would bolster Washington's presence in a region that already hosts a number of U.S. military ships, planes, and troops. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said on Sunday the aircraft carriers are not meant to be a provocation but a deterrence to ensure the conflict does not expand throughout the region. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin called them a sign of, quote, our resolve to deter any state or non-state actor seeking to escalate this war. But it might not be seen that way to others. Turkey, a long supporter of a 2-state solution, has said the ships are meant to commit, quote, serious massacres in the Gaza Strip. And Iran has already threatened significant damages to the U.S. should the war escalate.
And this is the Chinese video, Chinese vessels, and I'm going to step away so you can see the entire thing. So things are getting hot there, and if there's any Iranian naval movement, I will be happy to share with you, but it's not going to be today, perhaps in the next few days. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Namaskar.